The weeks after Nya left me alone with that ancient ox were the most dangerous of my entire life. I stood there in the interrogation room, heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst through my chest. The little blue ox stared at me with these impossibly old eyes, and I just knew he could sense exactly what I was. "Please," I whispered in ancient demon tongue, "if you want both of us to survive, never speak of this again." The ox tilted his head, looking so innocent, so confused. "But you feel like family," he said, "like the old forests. Why do you hide among those who would eat us?" I crouched down to his level, looked him right in the eyes. "Because I am weak, and they are many. If they discover what I am, they will refine me into pills. Just like they did to the leopard, the fox, the snake, all of them." Something shifted in his expression. "Understanding. Then we are the same. Both pretending. Both afraid." "Exactly," I said. "So we protect each other's secret. Deal." Before he could answer, the door burst open. Nya rushed back in, and behind him came Sect Leader Chun with 3 core formation elders. My blood went ice cold. I immediately stood up, bowed as deeply as I could, switched to human language. "Sect Leader, I have been questioning the ox. He speaks only ancient demon dialect. Very primitive intelligence." Sect Leader Chun walked slowly around the ox, studying him like a piece of meat. Then his spiritual sense washed over both of us. I felt it probe my cultivation, test my energy. This was it. This was where he would discover everything. But the Primordial Synthesis Technique held perfectly. My demon energy stayed buried beneath layers of human Qi. Chun nodded. "Good work, translator. We will raise this ox as a sect guardian beast. His ancient bloodline will mature into tremendous power in a few years." He turned to look at me. "You will be responsible for his care and training. Teach him human language. Make him loyal to Lingxu Cave Heaven." "Wait, what?" "Sect Leader," I stammered. "I am merely a third-layer Qi Condensation disciple. Surely someone more qualified should." "You speak his tongue," Chen interrupted. "And look, he seems calm around you, almost trusting. This is clearly fate." The elders all nodded in agreement. I had absolutely no choice. I bowed again. I will serve the sect faithfully. That night changed everything. They moved the ox to a special cultivation chamber right next to my quarters. Gave me spirit beast food, training manuals, complete responsibility for an ancient demon who knew my deepest secret. When everyone finally left, I sat down across from him in the chamber. We were alone again. "What is your name?" I asked in ancient tongue. "I do not have one. I was just born in the mountains. Alone." "They will give you a human name soon, to make you easier to control." The ox actually snorted, laughed, like they controlled you. I could not help but smile. Exactly like that. We sat there for a moment in silence. Then the ox spoke again, and what he said shocked me. "The energy inside your body, it is split in half. Part tree, part something else. How are you doing this?" I hesitated. Should I trust him? Really trust him? We were both trapped here anyway. "I found a technique," I finally admitted. "The Primordial Synthesis Method. It lets me practice both demon and human cultivation at the same time." His eyes went wide. "That is forbidden. The heavens punish those who walk 2 paths." "I know, but it was the only way to hide what I really am." The ox stood up, walked closer to me. "Teach me." I blinked. "What?" "If I must pretend to be their guardian beast, I need to hide my true power too. Teach me this technique. You are an ancient bloodline ox. Your shape-shifting tribulation will come eventually. All yaoguai must face it. Then I will need every advantage I can get," he said firmly. "Please, we are the same. Both pretending. Both just trying to survive." I looked into his eyes, saw the same desperation I felt every single day. The same determination to live. "All right," I said, "but first you need a name." The ox tilted his head. I thought for a moment. "How about Qing Niu? Blue ox. Simple. Strong. They will just think it is a descriptive name." "Qing Niu," he repeated slowly, testing how it sounded. "I like it." And just like that, I had my first real ally. Over the next month, my life became a careful balancing act. During the day, I taught Qing Niu everything the sect expected. Human language, sect etiquette, how to bow properly, how to circulate Qi the way they wanted to see. But at night, in secret, I taught him the real stuff. The Primordial Synthesis Method, how to hide demon energy, how to absorb spiritual essence without anyone noticing. And he was incredible. His ancient bloodline made learning absurdly fast. Within just 2 weeks, he broke through to the 4th layer of Qi Condensation. The sect was absolutely thrilled. They thought their training methods were working perfectly. But Qing Niu and I knew the truth. He was getting stronger using pure demon techniques. Just like me. Meanwhile, my own cultivation kept advancing too. The demon flesh from interrogations just kept coming. Niu was now capturing 3 to 4 demons every single week. Apparently the sect war against yaoguai was getting worse. I absorbed everything they gave me. Fox essence, snake marrow, bear blood. There was even the remains of a 1,000-year-old tree spirit. When I absorbed that, my roots literally sang with power. By the end of that month, I broke through to the 4th layer of Qi Condensation. But this breakthrough was different, way more violent than before. I felt my inner core expand. The spiritual channels throughout my body widened. And for just one terrifying moment, my tree demon essence pulsed with raw power. Bark tried to form on my skin. Roots wanted to burst out of my feet. I panicked, started desperately circulating the human technique, forced the demon energy back down, wrapped it in layer after layer of human chi. When I finally opened my eyes, Qing Niu was staring at me. "That looked really painful," he said in ancient demon language. "Every breakthrough is a risk," I admitted, sweat dripping down my face. "The stronger I get, the harder it becomes to hide." "Then maybe," Qing Niu said carefully, "maybe hiding is not the real answer." I frowned. "What do you mean?" "Think about it. The sect thinks we are useful. They feed us, train us, give us cultivation resources. What if we become so useful they cannot afford to kill us? Even if they discover what we really are. Especially then." I sat back, my mind racing. Qing Niu continued, "You have translated for dozens of demon interrogations, recorded all those forbidden techniques. You have real value to them. I have an ancient bloodline that will mature into core formation level power. I have value too. But we are still demons, still yaoguai, the natural prey of human cultivators. Unless," Qing Niu said very slowly, "we become the predators instead." A chill ran straight down my spine. "You are suggesting we..." "I am suggesting we stop just surviving and start preparing for the harvest season." There it was again, that phrase that had been echoing in my head for weeks. The harvest season, when trees stop hiding underground and finally break through the soil to claim the sunlight. I looked at Qing Niu with completely new eyes. This innocent little ox who was supposedly born alone in the mountains, who spoke in riddles, who understood cultivation sect politics better than most human disciples. "How much do you really know?" I asked quietly. Qing Niu actually smiled. "My ancestors were divine beasts who pulled the chariots of gods. My bloodline carries their memories, their wisdom. I may look young, but I am not naive." My heart was pounding again. "Then tell me, what exactly do you suggest we do?" "We continue exactly as we are, become completely indispensable to the sect, but we also start planting seeds of our own." "Seeds? You work in the library. You have access to every forbidden demon technique they have collected. I will soon be trusted as a guardian beast with freedom to move around. We can slowly build real influence, gather resources, and most importantly..." He paused, let the words hang there. "Find others like us. Other demons hiding in the sect. They have to exist," Qing Niu said. "This sect has thousands of disciples spread across multiple peaks. Some of them must be yaoguai in disguise, just like us." My mind was absolutely racing. He was completely right. If I could hide here for 10 years without being discovered, others definitely could too. But how do we find them without revealing ourselves? Qing Niu thought for a moment. The demon language. Only true yaoguai can speak ancient demon tongue fluently from birth. Humans can study and learn common demon speech, but ancient dialects require something deeper. Innate understanding, I realized, born directly from demon essence itself. Exactly. So we watch carefully, we listen, and when someone reveals even the smallest hint of real understanding, we know what they really are. For the first time since joining this sect 10 years ago, I felt something completely different from fear. I felt hope, and something way more dangerous, ambition. That night, I went back to my quarters alone, pulled out every single demon cultivation technique I had recorded over the past months. 73 different methods, from foxes, snakes, bears, birds, even that banyan tree spirit whose technique had started this whole journey. I spread them all out on my floor, started organizing them, by type, by element, by what they focused on: blood absorption, flesh refinement, spiritual essence extraction, bone strengthening, marrow cultivation. Each technique was like a piece of a huge puzzle, and as I studied them through the entire night, I started seeing patterns, connections, ways to combine them into something completely new. A cultivation system designed specifically for demons who had to hide among humans. A method that would let yaoguai not just survive in cultivation sects, but thrive, grow powerful, eventually rule. I grabbed fresh paper, started writing furiously. The technique just flowed out of me. like it had always existed somewhere deep in my roots, just waiting to be discovered. I called it the Eternal Growth Method. Unlike human techniques that slowly gather spiritual energy from heaven and earth, this method would absorb life essence from everything around it. Other cultivators, spirit beasts, even the ambient vitality of the sect itself, like roots spreading silently underground, invisible, patient, drawing nutrients from sources that never even realize they are being slowly drained. The more I wrote, the more excited I became. This was it. This was exactly how we would change everything. A sharp knock at my door shattered my concentration. I quickly hid all the papers, checked my appearance in the mirror, made absolutely sure no demonic energy was leaking out. Enter. Senior Brother Lu walked in. His expression was deadly serious. Junior Brother, the sect leader requests your immediate presence. My heart stopped. May I ask why? There has been a serious incident. During a demon interrogation, Xianxia is dead. The entire world tilted sideways. What happened? A wolf demon. We thought it was fully sedated, but it was just pretending, waiting for the perfect moment. Then it tore Nia completely apart before anyone could react and save him. I felt genuine shock. Nia had been cruel to the demons, ruthless, but he had also unknowingly given me all the resources I needed to survive and grow stronger. And the demon, executed immediately, burned to ash. But the sect leader wants you to permanently take over all interrogations. You are now the official demon interrogator of Lingxu Cave Heaven Sect. I bowed deeply to hide my expression. I am deeply honored by the sect leader's trust. There is something else. The sect is organizing a major expedition into the Western Mountains. We have reports of a large demon nest forming there, possibly hundreds of yaoguai gathering. They want you to come along, to communicate with them if needed before execution. This was it, the moment where everything could go completely wrong, or the moment where everything could finally begin. When do we leave? I asked, keeping my voice perfectly calm. 3 days. Prepare yourself mentally. This will be extremely dangerous. After Lu left, I just stood there alone in my room. 3 days. I immediately went to Qing Niu's chamber, found him already awake, waiting. You heard everything? I asked in ancient demon tongue. The walls here are very thin. What will you do? I sat down across from him. I will go on this expedition. I will do exactly what they expect. Play my role as interrogator perfectly, but I will also be watching very, very carefully. Watching for what? For other demons hiding among the human disciples, for opportunities we can use, for the perfect moment to plant our very first seed. Qing Niu nodded slowly, understanding completely. The harvest season approaches. Yes, I agreed, but first we need to finish growing our roots deeper. I pulled out the papers I had been frantically writing, showed him the Eternal Growth Method. His eyes went absolutely wide as he read through it. This is brilliant, he whispered, and completely terrifying. It is survival, I corrected him. For thousands of years, yaoguai have been hunted like animals, harvested, refined into cultivation resources for humans. What if we completely reverse that dynamic? You want to turn human cultivators into resources for demon cultivation. Not all humans, just the ones who hunt us without mercy, the ones who torture and kill our kind for sport and profit. Qing Niu went very quiet for a long time. Finally he spoke. If we truly do this, if we really walk down this path, there is absolutely no going back. I know, the heavens themselves will sense it. Divine tribulation will come. Not just the normal shape-shifting trial all yaoguai face, but actual punishment from a heavenly Tao for disrupting the natural order of things. Then we will face it together, side by side. Qing Niu stared at me for another long moment. Then slowly, deliberately, he lowered his head in a formal bow. I, Qing Niu, descendant of ancient divine ox bloodline, swear upon all my ancestors. I will follow you on this path, until the harvest season finally comes, or until we are completely destroyed trying. I placed my hand gently on his head, could feel the enormous ancient power sleeping deep in his blood. I, nameless tree demon of the great wilderness, accept your oath. Together we will grow in secret. We will hide in plain sight. We will spread our roots deeper than anyone imagines possible. And when the time finally comes, I smiled, a real smile. For the first time in 10 years, I let my true demon energy leak out. Just a little bit, just enough for him to really feel what I was. Bark rippled across my skin like waves. My eyes glowed with green spiritual light. The scent of ancient primordial forests filled the entire chamber. When that time comes, I said quietly, this entire sect will finally learn what it truly means to cultivate under the shadow of an immortal tree. I pulled all the energy back inside, became perfectly human again in seconds. But first, we have a dangerous expedition to survive, and a demon nest to carefully investigate. Do you really think there will be yaoguai? They're worth recruiting to our cause. I think hundreds of demons suddenly gathering in one specific location is definitely not random. Someone powerful is organizing them. Someone with real strength. Someone who might actually share our goals. Qing Niu's grin was almost predatory. Then we should definitely introduce ourselves properly. 3 days passed in a blur of preparation. And then I stood at the sect's main gates with 50 elite disciples, 10 core formation level elders, and one very excited-looking blue ox. The western mountains loomed in the distance. Dark, mysterious, dangerous, full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Sect Leader Chen stood on platform, addressing the entire group with a booming voice. Disciples of Lingxu Cave Heaven, today we march to cleanse a festering demon infestation. Show absolutely no mercy to these creatures. They are not like us. They are vicious monsters who feast on innocent human flesh. Remember this truth, and fight with complete righteousness in your hearts. Everyone cheered loudly, pumping their fists in the air. Everyone except two, me and Qing Niu. We exchanged the briefest glance, a secret understanding passing between us, because we both knew the real truth that none of them understood. Monsters are not born as monsters. They are created by fear, by endless persecution, by being relentlessly hunted for simply existing. And sometimes, after being hunted for long enough, monsters finally decide to stop running. Sometimes they turn around, and they hunt back. As we began marching toward those dark mountains, I felt my demon core pulse deep inside my chest. The Eternal Grove method hummed softly through all my meridians. Seeds of revolution waited patiently in my mind. And somewhere ahead in those mountains, real answers were definitely waiting for us. The harvest season was not here yet, but I could feel it approaching now, getting closer every single day. Like the very first warm breath of spring after an impossibly long and brutal winter. Very soon, the trees would finally bloom. And when they did, the entire cultivation world would never be the same again.